notes, that's a mobby pass. More chops than karate class. I can hear the blues when the shotty blast. The whole block blowing horns, that's that Jackson jazz. Swinging blue notes, that's a mobby pass. More chops than karate class. I can hear the blues when the shotty blast. The whole block blowing horns, that's that Jackson jazz.
I told you guys, man, we coming with it, man. We nonstop. What's going on? It's
VI,
and this is
Factorz
TV.
TV.
Man, it's the 20th episode, man.
Episode 20, man. Dub,
Man,
2-0.
like the UW. You know what I'm talking about? It's a good time, man. Thank you guys for always supporting us and rocking with us. Me and bro really appreciate it, man. It's been a long time coming, not just with this show, but other things that we do that have to do with the culture and keeping up with the culture and, you know, just spreading good, positive energy around, man. And just hoping to get it back. Reciprocation is everything, man. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in and continuing to support us.
No, I appreciate it, man. You know, this is episode 20. Feel like it's been longer, but, you know, we're still going. We're going to keep it mobbing. Appreciate everybody supporting, tapping in, sharing. Any support you show, mentioning word of mouth, whatever it is, we appreciate it because, you know, it's keeping us going. There's big things going on right now with Converge, and soon enough you'll hear about it. But, you know, appreciate everybody, you know, from listeners, you know, people who share, anybody, you know, who's involved, you know, our engineers, you know, big old Sal, you know, from way back east, man, you know, Big O, Kurt, you know, whoever is involved. Appreciate you, seriously.
Man, so what has the past week been for you, man? What you been up to, man? What happened this past week, man? It's been 7 days. What's going on?
Life. I mean, life happens every day for me. I mean, that's really all it is. Nothing in particular. Some news we can't let go of yet, but when we will, you know, will be broadcasted. But other than that, everyday life, children, home, schooling, business, everything, you know, trying to take it to the next level. So that's really what it's been, you know.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. It's just yesterday's price. It's not today's price. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say for now. You know what I'm saying? I'm very blessed, going through a lot in life, but blessed for sure to be valued and to be loved and respected and to be a part of something that's bigger than me and something I didn't think I would ever be a part of, you know, even as a kid. We have wild dreams and imaginations, and I'm just very thankful for everything, you know, that's going on right now. And really want to shout out Converge and you know, everybody who support me and bro, who motivates us even when times get tough. They're like, let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's your time, and appreciate all that, man. So this past week has just been a highlight in some aspects because it's a blessing to be a part of something so special. Other than that, just going through a lot with school, starting to finish strong before the summer quarter comes, and I got to tackle another class or two. So just trying to stay consistent with things, man, and be solid and not salad. That's about it.
That's good, man. That's good, man. You got it, man. Staying there, hang tough, man. This week there's a lot going on. What caught my eye first, speaking about it first in the news, you know, there was a big thing about the co-founder of Black Lives Matter. Where, you know, she bought the house, $6 million house, and, you know, there was a whole back and forth about what it was about and what it was for, and if it was, you know, correct for her to do or not. And just this past week,
I was gonna ask you, excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did she ever give us? I never seen a statement or anything.
No, back then she said it was for, you know, community meetings and, you know, this and that. And then just this past week, she came out saying she lied, and she bought the house and been having parties and kicking it, you know. So, I mean, just goes to show you, man.
It's not funny,
no,
man.
It's hellacious,
Damn,
man. Like we can't have nothing. We can't ever put people in positions of power.
Yeah, position.
Like you're supposed to be the co-founder of the movement that's supposed to be for better, but they've got well over 100 million in donations, and we know for sure you spent $6 million on a house, and you could have said it was for you. You could have, you know,
out of that 100 million, my living situation, whatever it is,
you know, you could say if you're doing real work, but you said it was for this and that, and it turns out that you lied. You know, so that was disheartening, but I wasn't shocked.
Well, I wonder what made her go, man. You know what? This is actually for us to kick it. It's a sorority and a fraternity house.
I mean, I think because things get so in depth with investigations these days, and people got loose lips, you know, and then, you know, social media, you know, this is time where it was going to come out eventually. So she's probably like, let me tell the truth now, because she probably had no meetings.
Like, be a noble Negro and tell you the truth about what happened.
Finally, let me tell the truth when you could have started off with, hey, this is a part of the movement, but it's also for me to live. Yeah. Like, you know, that would have been accepted, but you came kicking it off with the same BS. This is for the movement. We having meetings. We getting stuff going, and that wasn't it. So
that's what bothers me. I don't. We have never given anything. So if it was done with grace, done with, like intention, like, yeah, I helped raise all this money. I helped do this. I'm part of a movement that's helping people here and there. I have receipts. I didn't help people over here and over there. That changes how people look at you. But when you spend that money and you say, hey, no, this is for the cause. We're having meetings, I'm saying, it's a resource for people to come live, or, dinners for whatever it is, and you just line about it, that's when it becomes an issue of you, being abusive to the power and the resource you've been given. Because honestly, I mean, if somebody told me that they spent $6 million in a house out of $100 million, I wouldn't be mad. If you spend a lot of money on helping people and you're in charge or a part of the authority for this resource, then why would I be mad if you treat it yourself? That's what you're supposed to do. That's what people in Fortune 500s do. Anybody get programs?
I was gonna say that the Red Cross, what's the Goodwill, like those CEOs and stuff, their take home's incredible. So it would have been, okay for it to just be like, yeah, this is what it's about.
Malloins. This is the fruit of Malloins.
I mean, I guess we've been, I don't know, scrutinized so long. You just gotta feel like you gotta lie, but that just sets the wrong president. You're supposed to be putting the truth out there for people to understand and see and feel. And now it's kind of a backlash because you could have just told the truth off top. Nobody would really cared. And now, I don't know. We be in our own way.
Integrity too, because it's people who are looking at you who are like, I thought about giving you some money, or I thought about making you a part of this, or it's so many people that you don't know is watching you. And that's one thing about how we carry ourselves and how we respond to things. Something I just realized with myself, and a lesson I'm learning. Like, what I'm saying, no matter how you feel about something or what's going on, how you respond to things is what matters most, because that's what people remember.
And that takes us into our next subject, talking about, no, seriously, about Young Thug and Gunna getting the RICO charges, 56 charges against them, stemming from, assaults, attempted murders, and
drug possessions,
and trafficking. It's just like we have to take accountability too. And we just don't get out our own way. Why are you touching this much money and you still want to be affiliated with anything? Like, the purpose of to get money is to get out the hood and get out those situations and get away from the temptations of, trying to do bad and, hurting people and hurting yourself. Like, there's no reason why you should be sending hits, like you're a mob boss, and you're in a game where you got to separate the violence from the money, So it's just, that Young Thug and Gunna situation where basically they brought the RICO Act on them, where, it's a group of people, doing something, they're all gonna get charged in some way or somehow. And, it has to do with, YFN Lucci in jail. They try to have him murdered. There's people talking, it's just messy. And it's just, you want to feel bad, you want to say this and that, but then it's like, what are you niggas doing?
What is you Negroes doing, bro? Seriously.
You niggas is crazy.
Man, you niggas is crazy. Listen, my thing is, like they said, the main thing is a murder that's from 2012, and I understand you do things. But when you start touching a certain amount of money, a certain status, you separate yourself, as bro said. Even when you're in the streets, we know with people who are in the streets who still want to be outside or be in the front. It's like, nah, nigga, you got the money, you got to, chill out. It's time for you to play the background, and then separate yourself from people who are doing things. Because just even talking to somebody, relating to somebody that are doing it, just gets you caught up. My only problem with this thing is they're saying that they were watching them for this long. And I understand you have to build an investigation, but 10 years and like they saying 40 to 50 people who have died between this YSL and YFN beef. What are you doing as an agent, as the police,
Stop the murders.
You stop it. You're saying that there's 40 to 50, murders connected to this gang beef that's been going on for the past 10 years. I mean, you tell me you just now stopping it? I seen someone say it on Twitter, and it almost was like, we're going to blame other people for not, and that's true. They're responsible for themselves, the life they live, the things they choose to do. That's all come back on them. But when it comes to the authorities and people in position, you start to think of different angles and see what their point is. Like, they really just want to get more assets because these guys are getting money or getting richer. They really want to make these guys an example because of the star status they have and the position they have in the rap game. And they really wanted to make a mockery because there's no way these people are being hurt. They're connecting these dots, and you're just waiting and sitting back, counting the bodies, counting the tragedies, and also taking account of that this is a group of people that obviously are bad to an area, a city, a town, whatever it is, and you continue to watch them. Those type of things bother me because it also seems like it perpetuates the system that's in place. they want to keep on keeping us and say the laws can't change and we can't adjust to that because we still have people today who are committing crimes at a high level, which can obviously be true. But at the same time, if you have the ability to stop something and you know what's going on and you're just watching it happening, and we're not talking about just drugs being sold or properties being scammed or people frauding, we're talking about murder. You sit back and watch murder happen so often, it just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. And I don't understand, like, we can blame the agencies, but at some point you got to take accountability as people. Like, come on, man. You're making so much money. You're helping people. You're changing lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've put people on with jobs in the entertainment industry and other places. Like, I can only imagine being a rapper making multi-million dollars and so-and-so does this and so-and-so does that. And you're putting people in position. You're connecting dots. And you're taking people out the hood to give them chances to make money. And you're still playing with your own freedom in your own life, So, I mean, I don't wish anything on anybody, but at some point you gotta say I was stupid.
Yeah,
like they say, there's a car that Young Thug rented that was in a drive-by. Like, come on, man. I don't know.
It's dumb,
just tiring.
I'm watching it and I seen him. He had an appearance. Gunna actually turned himself in at 2:30 a.m. last night, so he wasn't taken into custody 2 days ago with Young Thug. He actually just heard about it. I guess he wasn't where he was supposed to be, or he's traveling, so. He basically heard that he was part of that RICO. He went last night, 2:30 in the morning, and turned himself in. I believe he only has one charge against him. I think it's just conspiracy because he is a part of the group in the gang. So it's conspiracy, which is messed up for him because he's in trouble. He's fighting for his freedom with just being a part of the label or artist and moving around with these people. But another thing I was going to say is that when it comes to like this situation, being responsible for yourself means everything, especially when you're, just like you said, a breadwinner. It's important. We're trying to change generational curses as Black people. And I don't care about the stereotypes because everybody has issues. Everybody comes from something. I don't give a damn what race you are. But we got to make sure that we're more accountable for ourselves because this is like, they blasted this. This is bigger than any news right now. And there's a lot of big news going on. And it's just, they're blowing this up to make us look like we are the problem.
Yeah, and my baby mom's YSL too.
Go get her.
My baby mom's YSL, man. Slime. That's her name. It's like, but nah, man.
Get this nigga out of here. I was like looking like, what? I gotta watch that one.
She goes by Slat. But nah, moving on. Sandals Resort in the Bahamas. 3 people were found dead and 1 was hospitalized. And they came out to say that there was no foul play, which makes no sense. People just dropping dead. They didn't really release any details, but I believe it was like the situation that happened in DR not too long ago where like the alcohol or something was.
That's what I was going to say. They're using cheap alcohol to like.
No, yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
niggas like just don't fall down. You don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
you just don't know 3 people. I think it's
and 1 hospitalized. Yeah. So
I've heard about that in the DR not too long ago that there were basically people getting sick or dying from like, I don't know if it's either a replacement alcohol or them using cheaper alcohol or adding something to stretch it out. You know what I'm saying? But people were getting sick out of drinking liquor over in the DR last year, and I remember hearing about that a lot.
Yeah. So I'm vague on details, but because they really ain't saying nothing besides they don't see any foul play, and it's like.
Almost treating like the Brittany Griner thing down there, you know what I'm saying?
Keeping it hush.
Keeping it hush.
That's what no one likes the U.S. No one wants to explain nothing to the U.S. Nobody's scared of us no more. Bring back Bush or somebody. They had everybody scared. I'm just talking mess, man. But speaking of death, my Godfather, man.
Oh, man, you're a big homie, man. You know what I'm saying?
Kevin Samuels, man. He was an uncle to a lot, man. He passed away. And it's caused an uproar.
In the Black community.
There's a lot of women who are happy and praising, his death. And I think it's sad because you don't praise death. Like, I don't wish death on my biggest enemies because you can't come back from that. Like that's your last stop, so it's really sad. And they're really proving this point by the way they're acting. If you don't have to agree with a man, you don't have to like what he says. He wasn't out here killing people. He wasn't molesting. He wasn't doing anything heinous. He was giving you opinions on YouTube. And people are out here celebrating like he ran into their house and stole their money. So I just want to say rest in peace to him. He gave a lot of men direction. And there's women I see giving their testimony too, saying he helped their marriage or helped them find somebody. He was cold hard truth. I think he was the truth that we used to have in the Black community.
Yeah.
You know, that grandma, that grandpa, that uncle that was like
wasn't sugarcoating nothing. It was straightforward.
Was hurting your feelings with the truth, but you needed it. So that was a big blow because he was on a big mission, but he left a lot of material behind, a big legacy. And I listened to him a lot. And like I tell people all the time, he was talking about men before women. He only went viral when he started talking about women. You know, no one cared when he was talking about men.
Yeah, you showed me that too. Like, you was listening to him. You was like, man, he says, it's some things I heard him say about men that was like, wow, you know, and it's things that weren't highlighted or put on these shade rooms or, you know what I'm saying, these baller alerts or whatever it is. They definitely weren't highlighting him talking about men because he said some real things about men that, like bro said, either came from our grandparents or came, you know, that was in the Black community a long time ago that was basically like raw and uncut, but it was the truth. You know what I'm saying? As far as being a man go, how you carry yourself, what you're supposed to do, certain things. He gave it real. I grew up without a dad, and there's a lot of things I know my dad, if he was a good person, should have did or should have said. And people that take that the wrong way, they ain't looking at themselves. Because there's a few things I know if I would have knew 10 years ago would help me, not with even just where I am, but as a person. So it's a lot that I take from him that's positive, and sometimes where he was brash. But I mean, when do we get to choose our emotion as human beings? You know what I'm saying? We get to listen to him and then be like, well, he's wrong because I don't like how he said it. That's not, you know, that doesn't
That's
work.
only towards women. That only happens with women. You're only supposed to watch how you talk with women. No one's watched their tone with men. We've been told about, I say it all the time, height, weight, bank account, all that. You know, no one says, hey, soften the blow. You know, no one says, you know, if you don't have an abundance of currency in your portfolio, then you're, you know, less of a patron than those around you. They say if you a broke nigga, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one softens the blow when it comes to men, you know? So I don't, all that his tonality stuff, I don't want to hear that. You know, that's just an excuse to say, I don't like what you're saying. But his point's been proven by people celebrating his death, you know? And even his people he didn't get along with or had Dr. Umar Johnson. Him and Kevin Samuels had disagreements. The Fit and Fresh podcast, they had disagreements, but they all show their love to him because they know he was really doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He really wanted to see, you know, his people prevail and get better, and
do better. Yeah,
if they could do that, then why, you know, is everybody else celebrating? You know,
because they didn't want to look inside themselves, or they can want to see what's wrong with
Fox them. Talking about him because he said she looked like she sucked on a bag of lemons. Like, you know, just terrible. But no, I just wanted to say, long live to my guy. I appreciate the work you've done. You affected so many lives, and you know, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep your legacy alive. Man, that's a sad story, but it's also, like you said, he left a lot of good game. Because you can pull up any YouTube, even things that we probably haven't heard yet because it's from his older days or older seminars or older podcasts. But he really, really left a lot of good game for us Black people, men and women. And men need to listen to it because I haven't really heard anything I didn't like him saying about men because he's a man. I believe that he can speak. And as far as being a man that is heterosexual, he had a lot of good game for women as well. So if you want to learn, man, just go ahead and tap in. It's a lifetime. It doesn't stop now. We grow every day. We're supposed to keep growing and changing. So go listen to it, man. I'm pretty sure you'll get something out of it. Even if it's a little bit, you'll take something from it. No, yeah, definitely. So long live my guy, man. We're going to keep it going. Shout out to the Lapeef Network, too, because they show love to him, too. And I Am Courtney. They show love to him, too. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to continue speaking on some things and get to some things before we break out. Episode 20.
I did it for the city. I did it for the love. I did it for the people. I did it for us. Back on this rap ish. I ain't even broke a sweat, homie. This practice. Pondering my next move. Staring at my track list. Hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist. Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
Yo, we're back abruptly. Episode 20, just talking some stuff. Are you in the Broadway shows?
Man, listen, man, I ain't going now after all the news I done heard, man.
Yeah,
I ain't going to no Broadway shows.
No way,
Ladies
man.
are buying all the tickets up and they're going
And
for
that's,
one
hey,
reason.
that's a double standard. You know, we're going to get into Jesse and his penis being out on Broadway. But, you know, women can share it. They can talk about it all over in line, and it's just laughing giggles. You know, if a man shared a woman's privates and we're talking about it, we would be called predators. So many things. It's just wrong, man. It's not right. No man wants to see that. But Jesse Williams, he stars on a show on Broadway, and I guess someone snuck their phone in and took pictures of him naked. Oh, I didn't even know Broadway got that deep, where you know you had to get naked with your real penis out. It's like it's not like they gave him. It's not like they gave him a fake penis.
Said with your real penis.
Like, you know, give me something fake to put on. Give me, you know, give me a strap on to put on or something. You know, give me my dignity. Yeah, that's insane. And he wasn't tripping. But it's just crazy how widespread, you know, Twitter is hell. Twitter is, you know, Twitter, you can't say the F word on Twitter, but boy, you can pull it out and show it. You know, it's insane.
No, that's wild. I woke up this morning and was just, you know, going through stuff, looking at the headliners and on Twitter trending. It was number one at the time, and they had it. And I'm like, you could really post yourself naked and then get viewed, and people just retweet it. And so I didn't get to see the picture, but I know a lot of people that was retweeting it, and I'll just go past it. I won't click on it to highlight it because you already told me what it is. And if that's what Broadway does, that's cool. But I hate when people are like, if I seen it, you got to see it too. I won't like that. So I didn't get to see everything, but I know that women are going crazy. Broadway shows are going to sell out. They're saying that he's a man. He's backing up how he stands. So, I mean, it is what it is. Can't be mad at him. He's going viral. I mean, you know, we got asked to do something that was silly. So, I mean, you know, say no. Just say no. He obviously wanted to do it. And I think his wife actually, or ex-wife, had a problem with him doing that Broadway show. And I think that was one of the things of their divorce because he actually got offered to do that show before he even ended, was it Grays?
Yeah, man, you go from Grace to naked on stage. I don't understand, man, but
yeah, you upset, man. You all right?
Yeah, that's wild. Like, cause you know, I'm into arts. You know, I'm into different things. And one day I wanted to catch a show on Broadway, and now I don't even care if I ever catch a show on Broadway. So, you know, different strokes, different folks, but it's not for me. I don't want to see that, man. That's just terrible, man. Who would eat after they seen what I see?
After they see what I see, man. Who would do that, man? Well, let's move on, man, away from his manhood.
He had a dick, man. Kendrick Lamar is back after a 5-year hiatus. He dropped what was it?
The Heart Part 5?
Yeah, Heart Part 5, yeah. And it was a video also, and it had him, you know, morphing. His face morphed into OJ, Nipsey, Kobe, who else? Jesse Schmouye.
Oh yeah, we transferred to him. I was like, okay, man, he's just out here
Schmouye.
But that was actually a dope graphic and a dope part of the video. You know what I'm saying? Because Kendrick is really a poet. He really gets deep. So just to have the visuals go along with the words he's saying, because he's one of the best rappers that's out and been out. So I definitely loved it. It was basically the dramatization he always brings. It was like a little theater, little show, and you get to see his personalities and, you know, him tap into who Nip was, talking to Sam. It was all pretty dope. So I liked it.
I definitely liked it because he was really rapping from all their perspectives. Because every time a face morphed, he was speaking on, you know, something that had to do with their lives or what they seen. And one with Nipsey was so powerful. But no, it was dope. He's always been a deep, but not too deep. You know, you can get into it. He's been like a mix between hard rap and backpack rap. He always brings a conscious level to it. And I like he doesn't just flood things, you know. It's been 4 or 5 years since he put anything out, you know.
And I wonder if it was more about the situation with TDE or
because he's gone, you know, he's away from them now, so he's dropping stuff. But I feel like he's still more conservative with how he does it. He's not just doing it just to do it because he easily could, you know. He's not as bad as Andre 3000, but he takes his time dropping stuff. You know, I can totally
Andre's he's an asshole, man. He knows the people love him and want the music, man. And I mean, maybe him coming on different verses and you know, featuring on people's songs is good for him, but it's so much he could be doing right now.
And sometimes people be over that though, you know.
Oh yeah.
He wants to be. He wanted to be in Portland playing the flute, you know, in a random corner in a random shop.
That's really what he be doing too.
He wanted to be in New York, you know, in a cafe playing his fool. He doesn't, you know, and I totally respect that. You know, that's why I tell people a lot of that stuff is not what it's cracked up to be.
Rod Wave, he tweeted that today. He said, "Man, being rich is lit, but this fame stuff's crap."
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, he can't go around choking women neither. So, yeah, so
All
of course
right,
it's not
yeah.
lit.
Yeah, no.
Allegedly,
no DVs. We don't need none.
Yeah, allegedly he did, but of course I wouldn't feel good about it neither.
You better shake her, and bake her.
Jesus Christ.
No, seriously, DV's not cool. Yeah, Kendrick dropping is huge, and I definitely want to follow up on that because literally the time he's taking off, I think it's for him to get mentally better, from get his resources together along with the legal stuff with TDE. But Kendrick really is somebody in the hip hop game that's giving it life, keep pushing the culture forward. He's a nigga with substance that's not just saying stuff because it sounds cool or it's trendy. Like, he's talking about what's real to him, what's going on right now, man. And I love it. So I can't wait for him to drop his album. This what he gave us, this little preview, what's coming to come. It's gonna be amazing, man. So shout out Kendrick, man.
Shout out to him, man, and I'm glad he's free to do his thing. Megan Tory, I'm sick of the situation.
Ah, man,
I'm
twin stuff. I was gonna say I'm
over it. But today, the doctor who examined her, I guess, and fixed her, or tended to her, said that there were no bullet fragments
in like entry wounds or exit wounds.
She stepped on glass. He said he removed glass. There was no bullet fragments. And in the past, they've said that there are no, we spoke about in one of the episodes where, I've been shot in my foot and they took my shoe and the bullet fragments, and they said there's no bullet fragments in records,
shoes or no clothes. Yeah.
So I'm just tired of it. If this man did it, then lock him up. If he didn't, stop dragging it on. There's this. It's a whole cross between right and wrong, men and women, the women's empowerment movement. Meg, she can't rap. I'm sorry, I don't like her like that, but she's doing her thing. I'm not knocking it, but also stop dragging this man along if there's no, evidence. If there's glass on her foot, clearly he didn't shoot her.
And that's what I was gonna say. But they already had a judge or someone say, I guess not found him not guilty, but there was not enough evidence to move on. So now he got arrested. This time had to bail out. And it's hella embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? And it's dragging on, like you said, like you get arrested again and then have to bail out, and then you're back in court. And then the doctor that actually did the operation or surgery just says, "No, we just removed glass. There was no bullet fragments. There were no entry or exit wounds." What else is there to talk about?
Nothing. And it takes so long to build a reputation, and it takes overnight to just ruin it,
to destroy it.
So going through what you go through, like, who's going to pay retribution for that? As loud as your disrespect was, is all the women who, got behind that going to get in line and say, "Hey, we're sorry, we understand"? No, they're not. They're going to write it out till they can. And that's just wrong. Because it was her word against his. And even the courts didn't have anything to say about it. It's actually in court going through legalities, and the system's not even proving them wrong. But everybody else, has already gave them a guilty,
verdict.
Verdict. So I'm tired of speaking on it, but that just came out today where, the doctor said he only examined glass, no bullet fragments. And it's like, okay, well, leave him alone and let him off the hook. It's tiring. Let him do his thing, let him be an artist, and let her do her thing. But it's just wrong how he's been dragged. And clearly there's been nothing to go off of, so.
It almost seemed like, like I said, no matter what, a gun should have been brought out. Should never get that far, but it just almost seems like it was like shots in the air, shots at the ground. And everybody was just scared because, when you get shot in the foot, you get shot. There's no way around it. There should be some evidence of you rehabbing. There should be some evidence of bullet fragments. It has to be something. This is not no little thing. Guns aren't to play with. Bullets don't got names, but they definitely do damage. And I don't understand how you can't see that maybe she's lying. I don't know. You guys are just putting too much faith in a person that you don't know. And we asked for a just due through the system, the justice system, and we're doing it. And they keep on saying there's no bullet fragments. She wasn't shot.
No evidence. There's glass.
Yeah.
There's so many things that's come to the light. And it's like, okay, we're going to find something else to pick at because it has to be him. She has to, she's not lying. Maybe she needs to go to therapy because maybe she, like you said, shots go off. You stumble on glass. You think you're shot. There's been shots going off. And I thought I got shot and they ain't got shot.
Don't had to pull over
but
for
it's
real.
The PTSD, of it all. So hopefully they figure that out. But I'm tired of them dragging it on. Let this man live his life if he ain't do nothing to that woman. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man.
No, man. Well, anybody want to shout out, man? I know you got your own thing going with the you got Beautiful Puppy, and you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, of course we're doing our thing over at Top Tier Frenchies. I did want to shout out somebody, and I'm drawing a damn blank right now.
Well, let me shout out our mom. She just bought a house. I want to say congratulations to you.
Congratulations,
That's pretty dope.
mother.
You know what I'm saying? Adding more to the family, and we're creating, and we're going to do more. And I appreciate you for everything you've done for us, and you deserve this. So congratulations.
No, that's dope. Congrats to mom. You know, closing on that home and continue building a legacy. She's always been, you know, on her stuff. Always, you know. Never had a broke mama. Never had a mama who wasn't going after nothing or showing us what to do. She's been an entrepreneur. She's been a student. She's been a business owner. She's been a worker. She showed us everything. So I'm proud of you, Mom, and congratulations on closing on our home.
Yep. And I wanted to shout out my girl 7 Scale once again, the boutique out there in Des Moines. Go check out your name, man. She got a lot of going for the ladies. She said she got a shipment in of a lot of summer clothes. Just talked to her the other day. And she's doing pretty well. She wants to say thank you to everybody. We're going to have her on the show sooner or later. But she said thanks to the ladies that do come out, because she actually does have some people that come from viewing this. And that's just, you know, it's a lot of love. And it makes me feel good that you guys actually check in with her. So thank you for supporting us and supporting her. And shout out 7 Scale.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys. Episode 20. We'll be back next week. Shout out to Sal, man.
Sheesh.
That's my guy, man. Appreciate you, man.
That's my dude, man. If you need any type of engineering, directing, or anything, man, holla at him, man. He got the drone going crazy, too. Man, flying around like a spy, man. So tap in with him, man, for real, for real.
All right, man. See you guys, man, next week.